Hi everyone, this is Open Brain Surgeon, and this is my Oblivion walkthrough guide remake. I know I haven't made an Oblivion video in a year. The last video I did was on a mage walkthrough. That character is erased, so I'm remaking the walkthrough, and this is going to be a two-part series. This is going to be how to make and play a warrior character, a pure warrior, and it's also going to be a complete walkthrough of the main quest, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, Fighters Guild, um, Mage's Guild, and I'm going to be doing Shivering Isles main quest. I'm going to be doing the DLC, the official DLCs, Frostcrag Spire, Deepscorn Hollow, Spell Tomes, Horse Armor. I'm going to be doing all the DLCs, the official DLCs and stuff. And I'm going to be showing you how I feel is the best way to make and play a warrior character. So let's get started. I have my friend Evan with me. He's also an Oblivion enthusiast, so hopefully with us both you'll be able to get an even deeper knowledge about the game, as deep as we can give it to you. Oh wow, that sounded horrible. But yeah, dear God, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of comedy in here too. So these things don't always have to be serious. I mean, we're going to be showing you how to basically break this game in two without cheats, without glitches, without anything. But we're going to be showing you all that stuff, all the hints and glitches and all the fun stuff to make your character overpowered. But you can go through this. You can go through this game with this guide on the hardest setting without any type of problem, even without using these glitches or cheats or anything. We're just going to be showing you the best way to approach everything. Let's get started. For the race, I recommend that you go with the Red Guard for a warrior. There's two other races which are inferior, in my opinion, and when I say my opinion, I mean really everyone else's opinion, the strategy guide's opinion, even the game description says Red Guards are the naturally most talented warrior. But you can also go with Orc, they're not a bad choice either. They get Berserker, but they're not as good as Red Guard with their Adrenaline Rush. I prefer Adrenaline Rush. A Berserker lowers your endurance. I mean, it gives you strength and speed, but it lowers your endurance, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but Adrenaline Rush doesn't do that. As you can see, I jumped on this platform, and now I'm going to be able to attack the assassins right as they come out, the Mythic Dawn assassins. Okay, basically that old dude, if you're a new player, basically that old dude is the Uriel Septim. He's the Emperor of Cyrodiil, which is the province that you're on, which has been taken over by the Imperial race. Their race is actually called the Imperials, yes. These assassins are a cult order called the Mythic Dawn, and they worship this Daedric prince called Lord Dagon, who is the Daedric Prince of Destruction. There are 19 other Daedric princes. I don't know all their names by heart, and I'm not going to list them off for you. I will be going through the Daedric Shrine quest for you, but I'm not going to list off every freaking Daedric prince right now. But yeah, he's the antagonist of the game, this Lord Dagon, and those Mythic Dawn guys work for him, and they want to kill the Emperor, and they already killed his 3 sons, because the Emperor's blood allows them to light the dragon fires, which are these magical fires that keep the Oblivion realm separate from Cyrodiil, because Lord Dagon wants to open these portals into his realm to release his minions to take over Cyrodiil. So that's basically the whole story, and you're obviously trying to stop him. As you can see, Captain Reynolds died. You just take her sword, her katana. He drops this Japanese katana, even though this looks like a medieval feudal Europe. For some reason there's a Japanese katana here, whatever. It's kind of funny. And you just eventually gets taken away from Barris because it's Captain Reynolds' sword, and he wants to keep it as a memento to her or something. I don't know, but he takes it away. And now I'm just seeing me killing rats here. One thing you should know about torches, you saw that I equipped a torch. One thing you should know, torches in this game will decrease your sneak if you're using them, so if you're trying to sneak while using a torch, it's probably not such a bright idea. So that's the deal with that. You see, I equipped, I took this bow. I'm not going to be using arrows on this character because he's a warrior, so obviously I'm not. You can see that I picked up the rat meat from those rats. That's because this character is going to have alchemy on him as one of his major skills. See, in this game, you get to, if you're making a custom class, you get to pick 7 different major skills. And as you level up these particular skills, it helps level up your overall character, which allows you to choose attributes after you rest. When you level up your overall character through leveling up your major skills, you get to choose which 3 attributes you want. I recommend that for any character that you make, this is important, I recommend that for any character that you make, you always want to level up endurance. You always want to put points into endurance whenever you level up. The first thing you do. Like, you can choose, if you're a mage, you want to choose willpower, intelligence, and endurance. If you're an archer, you want to choose agility, speed, and endurance. If you're a warrior, obviously you want to choose strength, endurance, and then something else. Most likely you're going to choose agility, because it helps a little bit with staggering from blows with your shields. So I recommend that if you're a warrior, you're going to choose strength, agility, and endurance. But the reason you want to always put points in endurance every time you level up is because when you level up with endurance, it gives you a percentage of your endurance points. Like it rounds down from 10% of your endurance. So that means that, let's say, it's just easier for me to use these numbers, even though you can't level up your endurance, your base endurance, past 100%, unless you glitch. There is a glitch to do that. I'll talk more about that later, but I'm not going to go into that. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that your endurance is 100. When you level up, when your endurance is 100, which you can do, because you can max out your attribute, before you're done actually leveling your character. You just can't put any more into the 100. So it'd be 10%, which is 10 points. So every time you level up with that 100 endurance as your base. Now, when I say base, I mean this. I mean that your armor cannot affect your endurance, your base endurance. Even if you have endurance enchantments equipped, it won't affect it. So if you have 100, 10% of that is 10, so you get 10 points every time you level. So basically it means that the faster you put points into endurance, the more points you're going to get in your health pool as you level. That's basically what it means. So it means just put in as many points as you possibly can, as fast as you can, into endurance, so you can get those extra health points as you level. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I didn't actually know that little tidbit that he was talking about there until recently. I mean, I know this game pretty well, and I just don't know about the calculations as much as he does. So anything technically related to putting points in and skills, he can probably answer for them for you in the comments, or message him or something.
Yeah, and if you have any other questions about anything I'm talking about, just put them into the comments. Did I talk about the Sirens yet?
Yeah, I think you mentioned them for mages.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. So if you have any questions about quests, you want to see quests done, just ask me. You'll see how to make a custom class through this, and see this tutorial too, how to make a warrior class. For the skills for the warrior class, I recommend having blade over blunt. You don't need to have blunt and blade. It's just a waste of skills, because you're only going to be using one type of weapon at a time. Most likely you're going to be using a sword, because they're the most common type of weapon. So I recommend having blade. Personally, I think axes are cooler. Like, as a role playing, I prefer having a barbarian with an axe. I think they seem cooler. But most common weapons are going to be blades, so I recommend going for blade here in this game. Block, obviously, you're gonna be using. Even if you don't wear a shield, you're still gonna want to have block with your two-hander, because you're still gonna be blocking somewhat, because you can still parry with your two-hander. So you're gonna want to have block. As you can see here, I'm unequipping and re-equipping my boots from my hotbar. That's because in this game, your sneak, until it gets to expert level sneak, which is 75, your boots will affect how well you can sneak in the game. So you want to take off your boots if you have to sneak past a character. For example, if you're in a Dark Brotherhood quest line, or you want to just sneak up on a monster, just take off your boots beforehand, unequip your torch so the light doesn't give you away, and sneak up to them like that. One thing you should know is that you cannot get melee crits with a two-handed weapon. They did not add that for whatever reason. So I think it's because I thought it'd be overpowered to get two hand melee weapon crits. Um, as you can, I'm gonna actually fail here with this goblin. He actually saw me. Normally I'm able to sneak up on him, but except for that time, I guess I fucked up. Oh well. And you can see I'm just picking up some ingredients here because I'm gonna have alchemy as one of my major skills. I already mentioned that. I recommend alchemy for I definitely recommend it for warriors and archers, and for mages actually. Even though in my personal opinion, I think the alchemy is the least useful for mages, just because you can either glitch out a bunch of well good stones and stuff, and you can just go invisible if you want to wait for magicka to get up all the way. On the other hand, archers need to have poisons for their bows. It's essential for their class, and warriors have a lot of health points, so they need to be healing themselves quite a bit. But I recommend having alchemy even if you're a mage, just because you have intelligence as one of your major attributes, so it just goes hand in hand. Um, as you could see before, I kept on trying to equip my weapon after I shot my arrow. There was a bug in this game that it looks like they fixed, because this is the Steam version with all the DLCs, so it looks like they fixed that bug because they keep Steam pretty up to date, where if you shoot a bow weapon, you're able to get and then you change really quickly right after you release the arrow, while you're in sneak mode at the enemy. If you switched your melee weapon really quickly, then you'll get the sneak critical bonus as if the arrow was a melee weapon, and the melee weapons do more. Looks like they fixed that bug there, though. If you have any questions about that, I can answer that more in depthly. You probably have an older version for the game for a console that it will work on, but not on this fixed version update. So just leave that in the comments if you have a question about that. Yeah, you can knock down that little log there just for shits and giggles on the beginning thing. I mean, it's not great if you want to level up your character really fast in the beginning, but it's your first new character, so you're gonna want to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and I don't mean to backtrack a little, but it may seem confusing as why he was sneaking as a warrior, but with sneak being so easy to level, even if it's not one of your major skills, it's worth it to, just hide in a corner of a tavern, set to auto walk, sneak level, and, go have a cup of tea for a little bit or something while you're getting your sneak up, because it's always good to get the melee crits on an enemy.
Definitely, sneak is one of the easiest skills to level. There's a lot of skills in this game, especially if you're a mage, where you can just be walking around and you just find one of the low you know detect life on to detect life on self spells, and you just level up your mysticism just spamming that, or you create a very low level fireball to burn yourself with, and you just keep on spamming that on yourself, and then healing yourself once your health gets low, just so you can level up your skills without having to actually use them on enemies. Now you're gonna see I'm gonna repair my stuff. This is the end of the video. That's how you repair your armor. I'll start more later.
As deep as we can give it to, 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 as deep as we can give it to.